So I'm going to start this new kit. It's the Revell Kenworth W900 Aerodyne. I like this because it comes with the Aerodyne, so it's the additional space in the cab, plus it allows the air to flow over the cab and over the trailer, because some tractors do have that spoiler on top. So I think this is one of the few companies that has the Aerodyne. I know Revell used to make a white one that had like a lot of the body work. But anyway, this is going to be my first Revell kit because I've mostly built AMT trucks, so this will be my first Revell truck kit, semi-truck. So just looking at the box, looks pretty simple. It's a level 4. I've seen some reviews about how this one doesn't have as many parts and that people think there's a snap type, but anyway, I'm excited to see what it looks like. Yellow diesel. So I'm going to unbox it right now and see what's inside. Okay, so I'm doing this with one hand because the other hand I'm holding this camera. So in unboxing the kit, let's see what it looks like. So you have clear pieces. It looks like the front windshield, the headlights, the one-piece body, so the cab is not separate, it's one large piece. Painting that should be easy. Less assembly. Even the steps are all integrated into the body. I know AMT, everything's separated. Separate cab, separate footsteps. The hood. Some tanks. This looks like the rear wheel fenders. Wow, one-piece chassis, so unlike the AMT where you have to glue all the separate cross members, this one has one large piece, and it looks like the floor is already into the chassis already, so really is not that many parts. A big engine block, radiator fan, looks like drum brakes, some struts, some belts, chrome pieces, looks like a tank, stacks, front bumper, nice Kenworth grille, chrome wheels, some kind of plating, tires. Tires don't seem to have a name brand, just smooth. And of course the instruction sheet. Ah, it's decals. Looks nice, has the lightning, some stripes, Kenworth decals, American flag, some license plates, some numbers. Looks good. Instructions seem simple. I've already decided that I'm going to paint it green, and probably the chassis will be flat black. Diesel engine will probably be yellow, and then highlighted with some different colors. Doesn't seem that hard. I don't seem to see any flashing. Okay, so I'll be back after I wash the parts and separate them by the color I want to spray paint, and then we'll look at them in more detail. I'm back. So I familiarized myself with the instructions, and I separated the parts based on the color I want to paint them. So these wheels, fifth wheeled radiator is going to be semi-gloss. The suspension with the airbags is also going to be semi-gloss. The chassis or frame is going to be flat black. Of course, I masked off the areas where it's going to make contact with other plastic parts so that the plastic cement glue will adhere better. This will be silver or aluminum. This will also be silver and aluminum. The engine, I actually completed most of it because I'm going to paint most of it yellow. So all these parts are going to be yellow, and maybe the few pieces that are not, I'll just hand paint them. And then the belt, also, the pulleys are going to be yellow, the belts will be blacks, but I'll spray it yellow. This one, I want to show some contrast compared against the radiator, fan, and shroud. So this one I'll paint flat black, so contrast against the gloss black. This one, the mud flaps, people paint them black, but I think I'm going to go with white, just to offset against most of the color of the truck, which will be black. This is the air cleaner, which is supposed to be body color. So body color is going to be green. I'm going to paint underneath the hood green, and then flip it over and paint the outside. This one I'm going to paint the interior brown, and then flip it over, and then flip it over, and then I'll paint it the body color. And then this one will also be brown as well. So I'll be back after I paint everything. Okay, so I finished spray painting all the pieces that I wanted, and here they are. So here's the frame in flat black. Sprayed it from top and bottom. Get it from different angles, that's what's important. The radiator, flat black. Mud flaps, high gloss white, or actually gloss white. That way when I put the red decal, it should look pretty nice. The whole Caterpillar engine in yellow. I had to spray from different angles. I can get into all the insets and all the crevices. And then also the pulleys. I'll hand paint the belt. Here's the metallic aluminum, the tanks, drive shafts, intake hoses. I actually have to paint some of it in semi-gloss black because some of them are rubber hoses and not metallic hoses. Here's the rear fender. It's got that grid plate. Here's the interior. It was a piece of masking tape that came off and adhere itself to that spot over there, so I have to touch it up. Seat, steering wheel, instrument panel, and the interior tub. And then the body. The body, actually no fault of the kit, it was my fault. I sprayed one side a little too thick, and it was just way too thick, and it started running into the details. So I pretty much had to take some paint thinner and wiped it off with a napkin and had to remove all the paint and respray it. So not so bad the second time around, but I definitely sprayed a little too much the first time around. So just remember, spray very, very thin, just barely enough to cover it. And then here's the hood. And of course this is the air cleaner and the air cleaner holder. So I'll start detailing and doing the black washing and putting in the details of the instrument panel. So I'll start assembling. So I'll be back. So I'm finished with most of the sub-assemblies. Here's the frame with the engine in. Tanks. Most of the suspension. The air cleaner. The radiator. Air cleaner holders. Mud flaps. The hood. Detail the raised Kenworth nameplate with a Molotov pen, chrome pen. There's a body. Highlighted everything I could. The door edge guards, wipers, seals around the windows, rubber seals, rear lamps. That's the interior headliner. Here's the interior. Sleeping quarters, dash, pedal with the KW on it. Here's the rear tire fender. Air cleaner intake. And the rest of the chrome pieces that still have to be installed. I black washed the exhaust pipes. And of course I black washed the grille and painted the running lamps, the lights underneath the mirrors. Ambers in the front, red in the back. That's the rear tail lamps. Those are running lamps. I need to touch them up once they're installed, once I separate them from the spruce tree. Alright. Here's the final product. Basically the kit is a low parts count kit that was easy to assemble. It actually friction fitted, so you don't need to use glue most of the time, but I ended up scraping and gluing the parts together. So it puts together pretty quickly and everything lines up, such as the exhaust and the intake. And with some paint detailing, it actually looks pretty good. As you can see, I detailed the window gaskets, the recessed panel lines, black washed the grille, and put the door edge guards. I also use a Molotow pen to highlight some of the chrome. Overall, it was easy to put together. The only thing is the body and the interior slot in to the frame, and that's visible from the outside. So here's one of the slots. Here's one of the other slots. I did paint the lights in the back. And also, one of my biggest gripes about this kit is soft vinyl tires don't really sit well in the wheel well. That's the only thing. But other than that, this is the finished product. I think the white mudguards was a good choice. It really makes the Kenworth decal stand out. It's the interior. You can see the bed from the outside. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll include some stills at the end of this video.